Well, hello again, Jim Henderson here, Clan Henderson Society. I'd like to talk with you now about the new way of citing documents. This new method was introduced on the 11th of February 2021, and it copes with a problem where a value in a profile changes. So when that happens, a document may no longer support the value in the profile. And with the old method that was not visible, with the new method that is visible. And it's described at this blog post. I'll put the link in the show notes. But another way to find this blog post is to go to our Clan Henderson Society training site. That's cites.google.com/site/CHS.Gen And when you get there, click in the search box and type "to cite documents" and tap enter. And then click on the link Geni how-to pages and Control F or Command F on a Mac to find and type "to cite." I'll go through those steps now. I'll go Control N or Command N on a Mac to open a new window. I'll go to cites.google.com/site/CHS.Gen. My browser has been there before, so I didn't have to type it all. And in the search box, I'll type in "to cite." And my browser's been there as before already, "to cite documents," and tap enter. And we find Geni how-to pages down here, and Control F or Command F on a Mac to search for "to cite." So there we are, a better way to cite documents to support facts about people. I'll click on that and it'll open in a new tab. And there it is, new enhancements to sources, and you can scroll down through this and see how it all works. Now I'd like to put that into practice. You can remember that in the previous video we were dealing with the profile of John Andrew Henderson, who was born in 1738 and died in 1781. And for him, on the sources profile, we added a source which was a family tree genealogy card. With the new way of displaying the sources, you can see the facts that this document supports. And anything in parentheses, like this, in italics, underneath the particular fact, is just taken from the profile. So it doesn't necessarily mean that that information was contained in this document. What I'm going to do now is to cite the same document to support some facts about another son, that is Samuel Henderson. So I'll hold down the Control key or Command on a Mac and click that link, and it opens in a new tab. And let's scroll down now to sources, bring sources to the front, and this source here is about him, and I want to add a new source. I want to add that family tree data card, and you can see that the checkbox here is the other way around. The default is to show only the documents which are attached already to this profile, and you click the checkbox now to show all documents. Now if we had just been working on the document that we had in the last video, it would be right here at the top, but it's not, because I've been doing lots of things since then. And I can scroll down here, and here it is, the J. Andrew H. 1738 genealogy card. I could click that, but in case it's gone all the way down and We don't want to search for more documents and more documents. I'll show you another way to find that. Let's come back to the previous tab, which was for John Andrew Henderson. Let's scroll down to the sources, find that particular document again, and then click on that document. I'll do a control click, or that would be a command click on a Mac. Opens in a new tab, and there it is there. I'm going to command click that again so that I can have the document itself to look at. I'm going to drag that down out of the other tabs so that it's a window on its own, and I can Alt tab to it, and here is the information that we want to support by this document. So for this information here, we want to cite this document. Alt tab or command tab on a Mac, back here, and now I want to add a new profile to make this document easy to find. What I'll do is to go back to Samuel's profile, and I'll double click the ID number in the address bar, and then I'll Control C or Command C on a Mac to copy that to the clipboard, and then we'll come back to this document again, and I'm going to add a profile. So here are the profiles that already cite this document, and I'm going to add a new profile to cite this document. You have to go Edit List, then you click in here, and then I'm going to go Control V or Command V on a Mac to paste that in, and now I'll go Search More, and that will search for the profile that matches this number, because there are many instances of Samuel Henderson in the tree at Geni, and if you type Samuel Henderson, it's pretty hard to see which one it is. So I'm going to click that to make it go in there. Then I'll go Save Changes. And pretty soon we should see that Samuel Henderson is a profile linked with this document, but there are no facts that cite this document yet. So now I'm going to click on the facts, and that will open the dialog that we've seen before. But now you notice that it has two sections. It has two tabs. It has basic information and it has relationships. This is the correct document. It's J. Andrew H. genealogy card, the same document we were dealing with before. So I'm going to click that, and that's the document, and this is the person, sources for Samuel Henderson. Now I'm going to Alt Tab or Command Tab on a Mac back to look at the document. And what does it tell us about Samuel? It tells us his name. It tells us that he married Amanda Frame, who lived from 1764 to 1818. It tells us that he was born in 1759, and he was married on the 10th of August 1792 at Greene County, Tennessee. He was born in Abington, Washington County, Virginia. He died in 1804 in Jefferson County, Tennessee, and nothing about his burial. So that's the information we want to put in about Samuel. Alt Tab now, or Command Tab on a Mac, back to that dialog where we're citing the document to support facts. There was his first name, and I'm going to type it in here this time, Samuel. And I'm going to put in the note, which is family history, data card. And this means that somewhere in the information about this, it will show us that this is not a primary source document such as a birth certificate. This is something which has been gathered by a descendant and put together a bit like in a hand-drawn family tree. There isn't any middle name. His last name's Henderson, and his birth surname was Henderson, and his date of birth. Let's get back to the document here. Samuel's date of birth was 1759 in Abington, or is it Abingdon? I'll have to look that up. So his date of birth there, and let's put 1759 here. You can at any time click on save there, and that's saved that information. Then you can come back into the same document again, and you see that these things that we've saved are still marked there. And let's see what else it tells us about him, Samuel. Well, hang on, I shall go to Control N for a new window, go to maps.google.com.au and go to Abington. And what was it? Abington, Washington County, Virginia. But it's not Abington, it's Abingdon. So that's what that correction marks there. So I'm going to copy all of that. I don't like typing, so I like to copy stuff. Shift Home, Control C or Command C on a Mac. Back to here again, and I'm going to say place of birth was that. And I'm going to paste that in there. Going to fix the Abington to Abingdon. Oops. Washington County, Virginia, USA. And I won't save it yet. Oh yes, I will. Let's save it and come back in and open it up. Place of birth. When I click on that, you can see that it's still there. What else does the document tell us? It tells us that he was married, and when he died, let's do that, 1804 in Jefferson County, Tennessee. So his date of death was 1804. And the place of death was Jefferson County, Tennessee. I should actually put in exactly as it is there. That's better practice. Now his marriage was to Amanda Frame. You will save that and close that dialog because I want to show you what happens. You can now edit that again very easily. So you see that Samuel Henderson has 7 facts supported by this document. And we look here to see the facts that this document is supporting. And for Samuel Henderson, it supports his place of death as Jefferson County, Tennessee, and his date of death 1804, and so on. Any of these can be edited or deleted. So this is still the document we're dealing with. Now I want to go back to his profile. In the profile for Samuel, I'm going to scroll up near the top and check to see do we have his wife listed there. I'm going to hold down the Control key or Command on a Mac and click View Tree. That opens in a new tab. Control tab across to there, and there she is, Amanda Rebecca Henderson, born Frame. When the scale is big enough, you can hover over her name and see the underlines there. That means it's a link you can click on, and that will open her profile in a new tab. And there she is. Let's get her ID number, double click that, and Control C to copy, and Control Tab to come back to the tab with the document open. And I shall add a profile, edit the list again, click in here, Control V to paste or Command V on a Mac, and search more to find her. There she is, Amanda Bourne Frame, and save the changes. And we'll look again at the document. What does it tell us about her? It tells her dates of birth and death and where they are married. So let's come here and click on the facts for her. Clicking on that document to make sure we've got the right one open, and it tells us her first name, which was Amanda. And again we'll say that this is the family tree data card, and gives us her last name because she married a Henderson, and her birth surname Frame. And it gives us her date of birth at, what was her date of birth, 1764. And it gives us the date of her death, which was 1818. That's good. Let's save that and come back again, and then go to relationships. And here we've got Samuel Henderson and Amanda Rebecca Henderson. To add additional information, please use the basic or click here. And date of marriage is there, and that is given as 10th of August 1792. And the place of their marriage was given as Greene County, Tennessee. And save. Let's close this dialog. Come back to the tab for her, come down and click on Sources. Now we have J. Andrew genealogy card, and it gives her first name Amanda, and this kind of information is the family tree data card. Birth surname is Frame, dates of birth and death, and it gives us the date of the marriage and the place of the marriage. Let's look in the timeline. And here we have marriage of Samuel Henderson and Amanda Frame in Greene County, Tennessee, and the 10th of August 1792. Does that match here? 10th of August 1792, yes. Very good. So there you can see how to cite documents using the new scheme that Geni has developed. I hope you find this helpful and that you will continue citing lots of documents to establish a firm set of relationships in the genealogy data to go along with the DNA data, which we're also putting up at Geni.com, as you can see here. That's all for now.